Doak Campbell Stadium came alive when Alabama walked in here and got knocked out. Now it's the Seminoles coming off a gunning loss, trying to bounce back against their arch rivals, and this place is buzzing. ACC Game of the Year and a lot more. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit. We're smiling because if you're like us, you've been around for a while, you know what FSU versus Miami means. If you're a little younger, you think the 80s and 90s were way, way back in the day, just know this. This is how it's supposed to be. Both these teams stocked with talent. The stakes are high. They're standing in each other's way. May not be the glory days, Kirk, but it's the best game in a long time.
This is the way it's supposed to be. I mean, even with the loss last week in Virginia, Florida State still has the ability to control their own destiny, do everything that they want to do. A win tonight against Miami is something that could really spark the rest of their season. So, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be. Great players on both sides. Let's just have at it.
And for Mike Norvell and the Seminoles, there's added urgency. They cannot really take a second ACC loss, even though it's early, but beyond that, they just want to show that they are back, that they're like the team a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and I think, the team that they had last year, Mike Norvell dressed up by saying, we got to make a lot of changes. They went out and went through the portal and brought in a lot of players, and I think Tommy Castellanos is the guy that really represents this new era of Florida State this year. His ability to run Gus Malzahn's offense, familiarity with it, played for him at UCF as a freshman, went up to Boston College, now here in Tallahassee. His skill set is dynamic. Reminds me a lot of a Kyler Murray type of player because the way he can run and throw. His legs, if they win tonight, he's going to have to make some plays.
11 new starters on the Seminole offense. They'll face a Miami defense that has been stout and stingy and been roughing people up, and it begins with perhaps the best defensive front in college football.
Yeah, I think they are. Reuben Bain Jr., you and I had a chance to see him against the Gators, and he's just dominant. And he is, what I love about him is he's physical against the run and also can provide the pressure. Hezbollah also on the other side. Look at this combined 9 pressures, a couple sacks. That's an all against Notre Dame. And it's every week against Florida. 8 pressures and a sack. So if you're Florida State, what do you do against this kind of front? What you do is tempo, run the football, get your quarterback run game going. Just try to negate their ability to take a game over by utilizing that skill.
And when the Canes have the football, they frankly expect to control the line of scrimmage as well. It's a Mario Cristobal team. They love to pound people. And Carson Beck, coming off not his best game against Florida, finally gets a dry night to throw the football to get himself back on track.
Yeah, he's going to have to play well because when you think about Miami this year, you think about the physicality in their running game. They make no mistake. That's who they're going to be. Florida State's probably going to crowd the line of scrimmage, which means Beck and those receivers will have to win some one-on-one plays.
Canes can win the state championship unofficial, and that means a lot down here. It's also their first time away from home, having trailed for a minute. The Seminoles and the Hurricanes coming up. After these messages and word for ABC Stations, it's a Papa John's kickoff.
LAPD on scene.
Over 8 seasons, 911 has faced every emergency on Earth. And Thursday, they'll go where no first responders have gone before.
911, what is your emergency?
We form a bond stronger than blood. Because ours is a family that is forged in fire.
Well safe, kid.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. And with over $2,500 in annual value, now own the card that rewards you for it. Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
I got sunshine, feeling alright. It's a good, good day. Hey, it's a good day. Hey, I got sunshine, feeling alright. It's a good, good day. It's a good, good day. I got blue skies, no matter what they say. It's a good day.
Find your smile in San Diego.
Not a word about the bangs?
The smartest Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. And with 8 times points on Chase Travel, you now own the card that rewards you for it. Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
ABC 7, news you can trust to build a better Bay Area.
Unlock more sports for one unbeatable price. With unrivaled coverage all year long. Introducing the new ESPN Fox One Bundle.
You're watching the Papa John's Kickoff. For a better game day, order ahead. Welcome back to the Papa John's Kickoff. You know, for Carson Beck, this is the 32nd start of his career. Not much he hasn't seen. He considers himself a cerebral quarterback. He's even been called a football savant. So all that's going to come into play tonight because Alabama and Ty Simpson, as well as he played, had real trouble with this defense in this environment in the opening game. On the other side, very different kind of quarterback, but Tommy Castellanos, a perfect fit for this offense. He ran right through the Canes when he was a Boston College quarterback a couple of years ago. Also gave FSU some trouble as well. So a very intriguing quarterback matchup as this rivalry is a ranked matchup for the first time since 2016. Kickoff coming up at West Campbell Stadium.
Papa John's went all in creating a new Papa Dipper. Our first pizza designed for dipping. It comes with the garlic sauce flake, 3 new flavors plus the original. This is dipping done better. The new Papa Dipper. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Let's go, bud, hurry up, come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. See with that. No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching. Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You gotta swivel those hips, right? And you gotta swing. And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paid for this yourself. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
This is Abby. Abby started painting 6 weeks ago, and it was going well. But with some more work and some help from Google,
What brushes do I use to get that effect?
Abby knows that the sky's the limit.
Who makes a paint color like that?
Because even if you've never done it, you could just ask Google.
Real strength isn't pushing through pain. It's treating it. When there's no pain, there's more gain. Advil targets pain caused by inflammation for fast, strong relief. Advil, that's real strength.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit. The ultimate tailgater doesn't just show up, she shows out. This full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
We put it for the horse. It's best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
In Florida, the air is heavy down here. It reminds you with every breath, nothing here comes easy. We grew up in the same blocks, the same parks, the same fields, chasing the same dreams on the same grass. It made us brothers. Until this rivalry
Said otherwise.
for you, it's all about the swagger, baby. Big time players, make big time plays, big time games.
Big time players step up in big game.
Come on, man, you know the truth. We are the Storm, and we've been waiting.
The Storms, they pass. At Florida State, we do it big. We do it big all over the country. We don't run from the fire. We feed it. This ain't a revival. Revivals
For the forgotten. This is a reckoning of the rivalry. The storm is coming,
the fire is waiting.
and you,
The nose
the whole world is watching.
is the battle for Florida.
We thank Davis Winston and Jay Lewis. Ray wants to play tonight.
I love that, man. How great is that?
Well, both teams have big-time players, and this is a big-time game, so we will step up tonight. It does have a little bit of a throwback feel to it. Seminoles hoping to feed off of this energy. Programs born in the 20s, Florida State's case in the 40s. Scrappy quarterback being Lee Corso put to the QB for the Seminoles in the first inning of this series. 8 national titles. That was in about a 30-year span. Again, if you're not all-timers or even middle-aged, I never remember how great these teams were and how they were always in each other's way.
This was the matchup every year for 15, 20 years in college football. Here they come.
Castellanos off to the right of Marvell. Players move around. There are fewer homegrown players in these rosters. The nature of all rivalries change in the fourth era, but you talk guys on both sides, and the intensity is not diminished one bit tonight. Miami, how do you counter this? How do you combat it? Play physical, run the ball, try to quiet these folks down. Not easy to do. Renegade 7, that beautiful Appaloosa, charging out with Osceola on his back. Almost a half-century old, this tradition. So many memorable finishes, so many heroic moments, so many bruises, a broken tooth. We dropped it down in Miami about 9 years ago.
Kane's finally ready to enter. Former Hurricane player and now head coach Mario Cristobal knows what this is all about and what it takes to try to come in here and win.
It's his favorite game because he was in high school in the late 80s when these teams featured a bunch of future Pro Football Hall of Famers. Miami's been able to impose, as you said, quickly on both sides of the line of scrimmage. That's their formula again tonight. Protecting Carson Beck, letting him find an electric group of playmakers. Championship. It's been a great start at 4-0. Already 2 ranked victims. First time away from the friendly confines of Hard Rock.
Loved Ray's comment in our tees about growing up together and playing together in Pee Wee and middle school and high school, and then some head to Miami, some head to Tallahassee, and then they end up in these kind of rivalry games, but know each other for so many years.
This is Mark Fletcher. This is an emotional game for the Miami running back number 4. We'll detail that. Well, this is the last time these teams collided. We talked about the block at the Rock. Before that, Brad Kye, who had his tooth knocked out. A huge hit early in the game. This to tie it, and it's blocked. Mark Rick's expression says it all from the Miami side of things. Since then, one team has been down, the other's been down. Not been ranked at kickoff since then. Osceola's moment now. Miami won the toss deferred. Mike Norvell's offense will get the football first. He's with Holly Rowe.
Well, Coach, I saw you pull your quarterback aside and warm up and have a word with Tommy Castellano. What are you reminding him of right now?
Just spoke to himself. I mean, he's trained, he's prepared, he's built for this moment, and just want to see him play this game.
In a game like this, you want your team to play with an edge, but with composure. How do you get that out of your group?
It's 365 days of training, and it's just how we do all the things that we do. They're prepared for this moment. I'm excited to watch them play.
Thank you.
Castellanos began at UCF, where Gus Malzahn was the coach, so very familiar with this offense. Went to Boston College, as you said, for a couple of years, and now has really stepped into the spotlight in the sport. One of the stories of this season so far, this guy.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. The big splash in that opener against Alabama got everybody's attention, and Chris, really the way Alabama's gone on since that game makes that victory look that much more impressive for Castellanos and the Knowles.
No doubt. Carter Davis to kick the game-winning field goal. Miami's opening home win over Notre Dame. Put it away. Jalen Lucas, Seminole running back, slash receiver, just an all-around playmaker is deep. Here we go. Miami 4-6, just as it should be. And as he typically does, Davis boots it way out of the end zone. So Castellanos, some great stats. They played a couple of real games and a couple of overmatched opponents. They had back-to-back 700-yard games. So hesitate to overemphasize the stat for FSU, but this guy's played well.
Yeah, he really has. He just seems to have a really firm control of this system that Gus Malzahn likes to run. And for the defense, it's a lot of eye candy, a lot of misdirection, a lot of pre-snap movement, pulling linemen. Really got to be locked in if you're a Miami linebacker or safety and not get out of position.
deep stable of backs for Castellanos to work with here. The true freshman Usman Chroma gets the start. And he gets the first carry. Chroma, it's a crease to that vaunted Miami front. Picks up a solid 7 yards where Toure got him down.
Well, you'll see a stable of backs. Chroma in there now. You'll see David Saltchuk, Deuce Robinson on the outside, a 6'6 target. We talked about Ruben Bain Jr. And then with Saint is also the leader of that Miami defense in the middle.
See that play with tempo. He talked about Akeem Mesidor in the open. The defensive end wraps him up for no gain and a quick third down.
Yeah, so important of just controlling the edges because of the way they can attack. Gus Malzahn will attack the edges with a variety of different looks. That time, 3, Mesidor with an outstanding play on that second and short.
What a start for Corey Heatherman's defense. Came from Minnesota. Knowles need 2 to get this drive going. Castellanos to throw over the middle. Wide open. Chroma out of the backfield. Down inside the Miami 40. They let him go.
This we talk about with eye discipline. Look at the linebacker. He's following the receiver, completely lost. His responsibility was to take the back, sliding out on that wheel route. Instead, eye discipline in the wrong spot. And Tommy Castellanos makes him pay for it there on a third down play.
28-yard chunk. Saltchuk in now for Chroma. Castellanos took a peek and then takes off. Electric speed, especially like 0 to 10 or 15 yards, as quick as there is in football.
Well, if you're going to play man-to-man coverage and watch this clear out with the blitz, they're locked up in man. You better account for number 1. He saw that quickly, made a great decision to get out of there and just take off. Nobody accounts for the athletic quarterback there. And he, again, great job of just getting into a flow of this offense here early for Castellanos and the Knowles.
Kobe Thomas, the safety, was in deep center field. Took him a long time to come up and make the play.
Back there, man free, just playing center field. But the rest of that defense, the second and third level, with their backs to the quarterback, they got to spy him if they play man and blitz.
End around. And that's the electric Makai Danzig, 400-meter champion in the ACC. You must account for him if you're the Miami defense. Poiser got him down after about a 4-yard gain.
Right now, they prepared for this offense for 2 weeks, but now it's coming at them in warp speed. This is a very different ask of this defense, and Corey Heatherman, the defensive coordinator, just got to kind of settle in. But right now, there's a lot of pulling linemen, jet sweeps.
3 receivers to the left on this 2nd and 6.
And Gus Malzahn
running out.
Gus Malzahn saw the look from the sideline, wanted to make the check, but you're right, the play clock runs down on him.
Gus was at UCF, considering retirement. That has sort of run its course, and Norvell, who was the grad assistant for Malzahn at Tulsa, by the way, when they had the #1 offense in the country, called him up, he was asking about other candidates, and then he said to Gus, well, unless you want to take the job. And a light bulb went on, and Gus decided to come join the guy that he knew way back. He said he saw in young Norvell a guy desperate to do whatever it would take to succeed.
I've been seeing that early, that energy, that competitive spirit, and it's carried him all the way to being a head coach here at Florida State.
Gus Malzahn laid down for the decades. It's a long time. It is sleepless nights for defensive coordinators. Saltchuk works free. This Miami defense has been smothering opponents' run games, but the Knowles are creating some little chunks. Going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Adrian Medley the guard that time with a great block to open that up. You can see the red zone, 83% leads the ACC down here in touchdowns.
Sawchuck on the pitch to the boundary, knocked out of bounds. This is going to be first and goal for Florida State on this opening possession.
The best thing that right now Florida State's able to do is they're the aggressor. They're attacking. They're not getting behind the sticks. One of the great ways to slow down this Gus Malzahn offense is get them behind off schedule. Get them to that second 8, that 3rd and 6. But right now, it's Castellanos and the Florida State offense dictating things on this opening drive.
Sawchuck. Hours for a short game. They've been excellent in the red zone with all that you have to defend. 3 for 3 touchdowns against Alabama. Big part of that opening victory.
Yeah, and one of the things Mike Norvell's thinking about in this opening drive is there's only one of 2 schools. There's 2 schools in all of the FBS that have not trailed all year. Texas Tech and Miami. Noah's trying to change that.
Castellanos to the end zone. Incomplete. Tried to find the big, tall Deuce Robinson, USC transfer. Xavier Lewis in coverage. He's been great red zone weapon.
Yeah, it's good against good. 2 physical players, one in physical corner. That was pretty good. What do you think of that? Got some hands on him. Never turned around and found the football. Usually you get a flag there.
Flag on that would have been acceptable.
Yeah,
no question.
Yeah, in fact, he never turned around. That's what Mike Norvell's asking. Never located the football.
For 3rd and goal. 3 receivers to the left. Castellanos scrambling. Can he get there? No, he'll be shut down at the 5-yard line. Tried to use his quickness. That time the Canes roll over him, and Wesley Bassane makes the stop, and here comes the field goal team.
Well, that's a much better job by Bassane and Biscayne's defense by leveraging the football. Stay to the outside. Force him back into the middle where the linebackers and safeties can rally. Much better job from the last scramble that he had for big yards.
So Jake Weinberg, a chip shot field goal, 3 for 4 in the young season. Placing a legend here, Ryan Fitzgerald, is with the Carolina Panthers. Big shoes to fill. And the chip shot is pounded through. So Florida State, a 70-yard drive in about 5 minutes, 11 plays, and Miami is behind Dirk, as you said, for the first time this season. Carson Beck and the Canes offense. On deck, down 3 early.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Get any hand-tossed pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Your favorite pizza at our best price. It's Domino's Best Deal Ever, but it's not forever, so get it before it's gone. Only at Domino's.
Thursday Night Football. It's on Prime. This week, the Philadelphia Eagles face the New York Giants. Stream Thursday Night Football. Eagles, Giants at 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. This game has gotten out of control. All the money, the unpredictability. It's time we instate a commissioner. Introducing the commissioner of coverage, the Aflac Duck. Commissioner, when life insurance falls short, who pays you cash to help with your medical bills? Aflac. The commissioner has spoken.
I love that duck.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover with Aflac.
An official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Y'all can ask about it at work.
At Fairfield, every moment of a perfect game day shapes your fandom. Whether it's stepping out with your crew, grabbing the fuel you need to support your team, or getting that flawless assist from a fellow fan. Be ready. Wherever the season takes you, Marriott Bonvoy has a hotel brand for every kind of fan. Official hotel partner of the NCAA.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can watch the game together, even when you're away.
Here we go, man. We got it.
My wife is having a baby.
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day service. That's all part of the AT&T guarantee.
The Chewy Pharmacy order is on the way for Gouda.
Meds verified by Chewy's licensed pharmacists, paired with his favorite cheese. Delivered by Chewy, devoured by Gouda. For quality meds, for life with pets, there's Chewy Pharmacy.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get a free large drink in the Sonic app this month only. That's one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher plus a free large drink when you order in the app. It's the QB1 of burger deals.
LAPD on scene.
For 8 seasons, 911 has faced every emergency on Earth. And Thursday, they'll go where no first responders have gone before.
911, what is your emergency?
77, rain not in the forecast here in Tallahassee. For the greatest seat in sports, Goodyear Plain. All the views still always in for it. On about the field of Oak Campbell Stadium. It has much to do with this becoming a high-stakes rivalry as anyone, and as we said, this guy was a high school player in Miami, watching it, played in it, and his team, as you saw, behind for the first time this season. No FSU kickoff has been returned yet this year. And here comes Carson Beck, who has been a high completion percentage passer. Did throw one interception against the Gators 2 weeks ago in his last game. It could have been costly, but pretty solid start. As I said before, a dry night. He didn't have to be bothered by throwing red footballs, which was a factor for him, he said.
Yeah, I also think Shannon Dawson made a good point their last game. Now, really no need to take chances throwing the football. Their defense played so well against the Gators that night. He called the game more in a complimentary football style. Tonight he hopes if the Florida State defense crowds the line against their run game, they want to take shots.
Mark Fletcher, the back, who comes in motion, and instead they'll throw it in the slot. They get a quick touch for the electric Malachi Tony, who has been an instant star really since his first game against Notre Dame as he took out the impact players.
It starts with the offensive line in the running game with Mark Fletcher. C.J. Daniels leads a very talented group of receivers. Justin Pryor in the middle of that Nobles defense, 28, has got to make a big impact defending this run game, and keep an eye on zero. Earl Little is all over the field. Really one of the leaders and enforcers on that back end. To the
Beck's going to be keeping an eye on him. You got to account for him every play. This is Fletcher, who powers forward, although more resistance early on when the Canes running game is faced. A short game sets up a 3rd and 5. Look about Shannon Dawson, third-year offensive coordinator on the left there.
And Tony White does a great job first year taking over as a defensive coordinator, likes to mix in a lot of different looks. Spent some time out at San Diego State with Rocky Long. Defense about confusing the offensive line and protection.
See what they bring on this 3rd and 5. Canes 50% on 3rd this year. They back off and play coverage. It leaves space underneath, and Malachi Tony just has a knack for knowing where the marker is. Runs precise routes, and they move the sticks.
Not only that, Chris, but against man coverage, you continue. Here, you settle. Look at him settle in the soft spot there, and then knows exactly where the sticks are. Great job of the true freshman.
Testing the middle again is Fletcher. This offensive line, bunch of maulers. Markel Bell, 6'9", 345 to left tackle. Francis Mawanoa very high in the draft boards on the right side.
And 61, like you said, a lot of people think he could be a top 5 pick.
Brockermeyer came in from TCU, a very steady veteran center. They gelled quickly, the hardest working unit on this team. All their teammates concur.
Mills crowding the line of scrimmage. They got 8 guys up tight.
They just snap it back, drops back, lost it downfield. This is Tony trying to run underneath it, and it's incomplete. Edmund Joseph caught up. Beck put a lot of air into that football.
Now that's going to be the game within the game. Is the Nolan's going to crowd the line, especially playing at home, and that means you got to hold up on island. Joseph right here. That's a tough ask as a safety to match up with maybe the most fleet-footed receiver of the Canes with Tony. But a pretty good position there. It would have been a heck of an effort if he would have been able to come down with that football.
Need 8 on 3rd down. See if the Noles bring pressure this time. They didn't on the last 3rd down. Pre-snap chest game continues. Block it 2. Just get it off. Back. Lost it downfield again, and that was C.J. Daniels who just broke off the route. Blake Nicholson brought some pressure, and the Canes will punt.
And their ball comes, sometimes they'll come, sometimes they won't. But watch this move right here. Almost just creating a pick to try to free up the Packers, creating some confusion, got into the face of Carson Beck. And this is what Miami will face if they get to these third and obvious passing situations. A lot of different looks, but we do have a flag down that came down late.
I think the communication was intentional ground. They found no receiver in the area.
He just threw that one up.
I think they picked it up.
Well, I mean, Daniels broke the route off. Yeah.
Not a foul.
Well, they've marked off yardage, though. Where the football is placed at the 30. They must have enforced the penalty.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So Dylan Joyce to boot it away. Will White retreats and makes a fair catch at the 20. So Tommy Castellanos and the Knowles head back out there, up 3-0 midway first quarter.
Cumin, coriander, and super tender. Tasty? Love it. And it's so good with our new Rich Future. You're going to want to put it on everything. 10 out of 10.
Where's the beer guy?
Bud Light here.
Bud Light here!
Bud Light here.
Bud Light where?
Bud Light here.
I missed that because of you.
That's your Bud Light.
Oh, nice.
Never mind.
Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
When you're not bound to the past, you can leave old ideas behind. New GV7. Welcome to Genesis.
It's college football season, and he's on week 3 of his DoorDash streak. He orders every Saturday and gets sweet deals on food, like the Whopper from Burger King. That's big winning energy.
Win every week with DoorDash streaks. Opt in, order every Saturday, build the savings.
Febreze. When you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze Bathroom. It's an outlet-free air freshener that fights odors for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing.
The new monster menu is now at Burger King.
Really?
Fried corn fun for all families. Sink your teeth into the new monster menu at BK. Businesses work best when they put people first. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure your team has the essential products they need, where and when they need them, to help keep them looking great, feeling confident, and ready to be their best. Get Cintas. And get ready for the workday.
Randy must win Ravens, no Lamar Jackson. Man, that pass rush from the Houston Texans, Derrick Henry time. See you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Sunday NFL Countdown. Chris, back to you in Tallahassee.
Randy, thank you. But on Monday night, Jacksonville. I don't know if you thought that Trevor Lawrence and the Jags would have a better record after Pete Forth and Mahomes and the Chiefs. That is the case, though. 6 o'clock, Steve P and the Countdown crew. Nick and Eli, that's the ESPN 2. Let out. Possession 2 for Florida State. 70 yards. Kicked the chip shot first time. Hokies quarterbacks in command. Both of them already active in making the pre-snap adjustments. This is Castellanos keeping, and the Canes all over him. Mesidor and Bain, the two defensive ends, had him caged in that time.
Boy, Bain, 6'3", 270. Got to set the edge on this defense against Castellanos and those zone reads. There's 4. He went away from 4 and then 3. Mesidor on the other side chased him down. That's, you can argue, the best tandem of ends in college football this year.
Defensive ends in the spotlight against this kind of offense. After the zone read game, straight hand off the Sawchuk, and Sawchuk knifing through the middle, banging across the 30 for a first down.
Great job here by the double team. They work down and they watch 13 with this nice block here on the edge. They really springs him. It's Randy Pittman.
Playing with tempo, Sawchuk quickly and first down picks up a couple. It's just surprising. We've seen this Miami defense really shut down people's running game. FSU's having early success.
Yes, that is second long. They still have the confidence to stick to their running game. We've got a guy down from Miami.
Ahmad Moten, senior defensive tackle, tough run stopper on that front. Well, the athletic trainers attend to him. We'll step aside.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious. Guess who's back? Check me out.
Doing my thing, since I left, ain't too much change. And even when I was close to defeat, I raised to my feet.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
New guests paid for their testimonials.
Fansville, Special Teams Unit.
Let's look.
We got multiple punctures.
Evidence suggests a crime of passion. Here's we have ourselves. A flag planting. Those tech fans make me sick.
We got a composite.
Is that a duck with ice cold Dr. Pepper? That's no duck. That's a platypus. And a mascot always returns to the scene when I'm sent. Get that fan!
College football, it's a pepper thing.
Behind every DIY
It's more help than you think.
Try this for a canine.
Nice.
sometimes help is delivered. And some things have just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go quick. I wonder if I can link two books together. Perfect. You trust doing yourself?
Doesn't have to mean
all by yourself.
What are you working on?
What does it mean to be rich? It's first steps, and sometimes the last word. Rich is living life your way, and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing